Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.
All right, guys, we have breaking news. We have breaking news coming out of Cleveland. Apparently, the Cleveland Browns are set to sign Tyler Huntley in a very bizarre late night headline. The Cleveland Browns are set to sign Tyler Huntley as another quarterback, claiming that because of the quarterback room injuries, being Dylan Gabriel suffering with a hammy injury, Kenny Pickett suffering with a hammy injury, and then Shadeur Sanders sitting out for a sore arm, they are bringing in another guy, Tyler Huntley, from the Baltimore Ravens to bring, the Miami Dolphins to bring, I guess, a new healthy quarterback in. But it's like I don't think these injuries are as severe as they're trying to make it seem. I mean, Kenny Pickett said he was ready to go. We saw no signs of damage from Dylan Gabriel from his hamstring. He did sit out today in practice. But man, this is a big blow. This is a huge blow to the people like myself who wanted to see Shadeur Sanders ball out. Because there's no way they're going to keep 5 quarterbacks on the roster. And, the way that Dylan Gabriel has been playing, it's absolutely abysmal. And then the Cleveland Browns ended up putting out their official depth chart. This is the first official depth chart of the season. And they still have Shadeur Sanders as QB4, even though he outplayed every single quarterback in that quarterback room. Literally he outplayed every single quarterback in that quarterback room. We're waiting for Friday because we're wanting to see exactly what the Browns are going to do. Unfortunately, I believe that the Browns are not going to play Shadeur on Friday. And this is a really sad conclusion that I'm coming to, but I don't think the Browns are going to play Shadeur Sanders on Sunday, even though it's a preseason game and they're supposed to let the rookies have at it. I just think the Browns signed him. To me, it just seems like the Browns signed him to destroy him. With everything that's going on, with Jimmy Haslam saying, if you told me we were going to pick Shadeur, we don't really want Shadeur, right? With them giving Dylan Gabriel first team reps without, him even earning it or performing at that level, everybody's coming out and saying, hey, Dylan Gabriel's trash. Dylan Gabriel's trash. He's not the guy. And then they're like, yo, let Shadeur get an opportunity. The Browns haven't even given Shadeur an opportunity. He's had 0 reps with the first team. So At this point, you got the Browns bringing in a new quarterback in Tyler Huntley. And, Adam Schefter actually confirmed it. And y'all know in the sports world how pretty much conclusive Adam Huntley's reporting is. Adam Schefter's reporting is. And he says, sources say the Browns are signing quarterback Tyler Huntley. I don't know why you called him Snoop. I ain't never heard nobody call a nigga Snoop. But Tyler Huntley, who spent part of last season with Cleveland, with Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel nursing hamstring injuries, and Shadeur Sanders having a sore shoulder. The Browns need another arm, enters Huntley. The Browns need another arm? This is absolutely ridiculous. Why do the Browns need another arm? They have a quarterback room of 4 QBs. We were under the assumption that one of the QBs were not going to make it, and now they're signing another QB that they got rid of last season. So they already know what they're going to get. They already know what they're going to get from Tyler Huntley, but yet they're walking him out there. And I mean, are they going to just give him the first team reps now? Or is he going to back up Shadeur? I mean, how is this depth chart going to look with a 5th quarterback and technically he's a 6th quarterback because they still have Deshaun Watson on injury reserve, who also has a guaranteed basically $100 million contract. So what the hell is this Browns organization doing? This isn't even an organization anymore. This is a fucking circus. This is a circus. The Browns absolutely have no idea what they're doing. They're strolling out all these different QBs as if, QB1 hasn't already performed. Shadeur is here. Look at the stats. The stats don't lie. 70% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The guy takes care of the football. He's not fumbling snaps like Dylan Gabriel. He's not doing any of that. And you have this ridiculous Browns organization signing another quarterback when you got 5 quarterbacks in the room already. 4 on the field, 5 in the room. What the hell are we doing? If I was a Cleveland Browns fan, which I would never be a Cleveland Browns fan, but if I was a Cleveland Browns fan, I would be pissed. I would be just absolutely upset right now. More upset than I actually am. Okay. Shout out to Simply Nima. She says they're doing this on purpose. Shadeur playing well would expose them. Exactly. Brewster says now that Charles Woodson is their limited non-controlling minority owner, can someone get an interview with him? Yeah, I mean that's a good point. That's a good point. We do have Charles Woodson, and I mean he's a non-minority limited non-controlling minority owner. I mean, very interesting here. He has a 0.1% stake in the team. We're not really hearing anything from him because, I mean, I guess he really doesn't have any power or sway. But, I mean, this is just ridiculous, dude. Yeah, like I said, plantation politics. Plantation politics. Let me repeat. Plantation politics. That's all this is. That's all this is. They're trying to bring in another guy and say, hey, we got this guy, that guy, who's better than Shadeur Sanders. Are you kidding me right now? Dylan Gabriel is trash. Everybody's coming out and saying Dylan Gabriel is trash. And you don't believe me? Let's go. We got reporters coming out and saying Dylan Gabriel is not ready. He's not ready. He's too short. He can't see over the line. He's 5'9", taking snaps from a 6'6", 320-pound center. The center has to bend down. That's why there's so many fumbled snaps by Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan is in the thick of it, man. Now, again, like not many with fair perspective here, third-round picks come in, get first-team reps early, and start. That volume of that outcome is pretty low. So we're judging Dylan on like, can he come in and start right away? Which I do understand why some people are like, he's very maxed out. He's older. He's got a ton of college reps. And if he was going to step in and not dominate, but be competent, it should be quick.
Right. Like if it was going to be clear, it would be clear.
Right. I would say I'm a little disappointed in that regard. Now, there have been good moments. There have been some nice, downfield throws here and there. I think the things that have caught me a little off guard is the pinpoint accuracy has not been where I thought it would be. Too many misses, too many miscommunications, too many I thought he was going to be there, he was here type of reactions from him. And then, I knew the height would be a problem. It's something he's going to have to continue to navigate. It's hard. It's very hard to do. And I think that's somewhere I expected him to struggle, and that has come up. The thing I'm a little worried about is the accuracy stuff. Like when you have an answer and when you find it, he has not been consistently delivering with accuracy.
There you have it. And this was a softball. This was a softball analysis of Dylan Gabriel's play. Now let's hear the real stuff. This is from 92.3 The Fan, who are known Shadeur Sanders haters. These are known Shadeur Sanders haters, especially this fat guy on the right. I don't know what my dog is like growling in the background, but this is a known Shadeur Sanders hater, and this fat chump right here. I mean, he's a clown, dude. But let's listen up to the analysis from 92.3 The Fan about Shadeur Sanders not getting opportunities and Dylan Gabriel just not being that guy.
Daryl, your thoughts on Dylan Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback, not right now.
Jeez.
And
look at this fatso. He's like, geez, you're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud. We were trying to make sure that Shadeur Sanders was known as the one who's not good. Not Dylan Gabriel, not our knight in shining armor, not our midget quarterback. No, never that. Like, dude, you got to be fucking kidding me. And you got I'm not trying to fat shame, but damn, you got a dude who's this fat fuck over here on 92.3 The Fan, and he's over here talking shit about Shadeur Sanders, holding water for trash Dylan Gabriel. It's not even about football anymore. It's not even about football anymore. It's about making a statement to Shadeur Sanders, making a statement to Deion Sanders that no matter how much influence you have, no matter how much outside influence you have, no matter how loyal your fan base are, you're not bigger than the organization, and we can step on you and destroy your career at will. So toe the line. That's what they're trying to tell Shadeur, and his play is just it's uplifting and uprooting their plans that they had for him. His play is uprooting the plans that they had for him because God has a higher plan. Can I get an amen? God is on Shadeur Sanders' side, y'all. That's just the reality. That's the power of this thing, because we all know that football is a sport that revolves around Christ. Let's keep it a buck. It is a sport that without God, without the influence of religion, there is no belief in being able to do the things that us players do on the football field. Football gives opportunity to the less fortunate. And you have these these people playing plantation politics with Shadeur Sanders as the Cleveland Browns scramble and try and sign another quarterback when you got 4 quarterbacks already in the room. And Randy Schlupp is talking about clickbait. Where's the clickbait, Schlupp? Where's the clickbait, Schlupp? Where is it? Because everything that I'm reporting on is 100% factual. The Cleveland Browns are about to make another mistake by adding another quarterback to the QB room when they already have a QB1 in Shadeur Sanders. They just don't want to give it to him. But the stats don't lie. The numbers don't lie. And the play in the tape does not lie. Dillon Gabriel looks a hot mess. Let's listen up.
Keep running him out there for first-team reps. And part of it I get because Kenny Pickett's banged up with a hamstring injury, so there's not a lot he can do. But this goes back. They have been putting him out there first with the 11-on-11 going back to the offseason program. They're cramming this guy down our throats, and it's not good. It's not a height thing. It's not personal. I mean, he's rolling out, and he can't hit guys that are wide open.
Yep. Because he's left-handed, so he has to roll out to the left. Otherwise, the play is dead. He doesn't have the ability in the arm straight to throw across his body like they're saying. Oh, Dillon Gabriel has immense arm straight. Dude, he doesn't. And then if you don't roll him out and he takes a 3-step drop or he takes a 5-step drop and he tries to sling that thing from shotgun, he can't get the ball over the line because he can't see over the line, and he's 5'9". And at 5'9", that's just not a height for a quarterback, bro. It's just not. This is coming from a short king. You can't play the position this low to the ground. You have to be able to have a little bit of a bird's eye view. And people talking about, well, no quarterback can see over the line. It's preposterous if you think any quarterback, unless the quarterback is 6'6", can see over the offensive line. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Hogwash. It's absolutely ridiculous. The spinsters are trying to spin it. And, I mean, it's just like, dude, throw Shadeur in. Stop playing the goddamn plantation politics. Please. We want to see an exciting NFL season where you put the best man up. The best man wins. That's what we want to see. But they're trying to stick it to the Sanders family, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. And then guess what? Watch this. I bet the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sign Shiloh, and they say, see, the NFL isn't biased against the Sanders family. We signed Shiloh. And, I love me some Shiloh. I mean, he was one of the biggest hitters in college football last year, one of the biggest hitters coming down from safety. But we know as far as a skill level and position-wise, Shadeur Sanders is better at quarterback than Shiloh is at safety. That can change. Shiloh's getting better. His mechanics getting better. His footwork getting better. And what he really needed to work on was his speed. I believe he's going to increase his speed. I believe he's going to be able to get close to that 4.4 speed once he puts in the work, and get that footwork right. And I think he's going to get better at coverage once he's covering those NFL receivers out there in hot Tampa Bay. But it's just perplexing that the Cleveland Browns are making the front office decision I think this is another confusing front office decision, resembling how they brought in Deshaun Watson, even with all his issues, injuries, and off the field issues.
He is not all that great at times during the warm-up periods. He's pretty good during 7-on-7 when there's no offensive and defensive lines.
Yep.
But he's just not a good quarterback, and he's a third-round pick. And I talked extensively yesterday, as you mentioned, on my show with Nick Padone, The problem that I have right now is that the Browns are forcing me to look at a third-round pick who has no business being in contention to start a football game this year. They're forcing me to evaluate him like he is a first-round pick and like he is a starting quarterback in the NFL. And that's not fair to Dylan. You're putting that kid in a really, really bad spot. Dylan Gabriel should be a developmental player, just like you have, as an organization, made the decision to have Shadeur Sanders be a developmental player. But giving him first-team reps on a consistent basis is ridiculous. He is not a starting quarterback. Not yet. Maybe someday he'll develop into Colt McCoy.
Look, you see the pig guy, the guy who looks like a pig, he don't like this shit. He don't like this shit. He's like, damn it. The organization told me to talk shit about Shadeur. The organization told me to talk shit about Shadeur. And now this guy's bringing up Dylan Gabriel's play. The facts don't lie. The tape don't lie. The stats don't lie.
And be one of those, guys that can bounce around the league and be a backup or whatever. But, I mean, it's just god awful when he's on the field. It's not good. And, at times I feel like he brings the practice to a screeching halt when he's doing the 11-on-11 because the ball doesn't move.
Daryl.
Wow. So there you have it. There you have it. It said that he brings the practice to a screeching halt because the ball does not move. Wow. I mean, Dylan Gabriel is god awful. Now, let's watch this this collection of all his film from today. He drops back in the pocket, and look how tiny he is, bro. Rolls out to his left, his strong side, overthrows. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Becky, look at that duck. That is a fucking duck that he just threw. Look at this. Rolls out to the strong side and slings it way past. The guy was covered. The guy was covered. Actually, this is the tape from Saturday when Shadeur sat out for the sore arm. I'll see if I can find the tape from today. But look at these throws, man. Oh, my God. And then today, they sat out Dylan Gabriel. Well, they said they were going to sit him because he had a hurt hamstring. And then Shadeur still didn't get the first-team reps. They don't want to give him first-team reps because it'll make him look too good. It's so ridiculous, bruh. The Cleveland Browns are a clown organization. Look at this rollout to his left. Just an ugly sequence. That was the only nice throw that he threw. That's another one. So they're letting him get first team reps. Bat down. He's too short just to throw it over the line, guys. Like, come on, man. That was pretty much a sack. And who are you throwing it to here? Jesus Christ. Who is he throwing it to? Look at this. Where's my guy? Who are you even throwing it to? This is another example of the Browns saying, oh, well, he thought the defender or he thought the offense was going to be here, but there. I thought his processing was like that of nobody else. I thought that his processing and his football IQ was that of no one else's. I thought, he was just some guy that, could read a defense. Now I'm learning that he doesn't know how to read an NFL defense. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Okay? So this is where the ridiculousness comes from. This is where the fans are screaming like, dude, throw Shadeur in. Give Shadeur some first team reps. Because what y'all are doing here is I mean, in football terms, is damn criminal. Let the best man play. Let the best man win. We had the stats. And then we got hater Tony Grossi. Let's talk about Tony Grossi getting called out for his plantation politics. Hold up. Let me see. This is somebody from Cleveland 850 FM, ESPN Cleveland 850 FM or AM, asking for Shadeur, and then we'll play hating Tony Grossi.
I'm so excited to see him play Friday night. He'll be throwing to guys that won't even be on the team in 2 weeks. But I need him to get on the football field and start playing football.
So, this guy is assuming that Shadeur is going to get any reps during preseason. If he's not getting reps during camp, what makes y'all think he's going to be playing in the preseason game? I'm predicting Shadeur Sanders does not play on Friday. As much as it pains me, as much as it hurts my heart, I am predicting Shadeur Sanders does not play on Friday. Why? Because they can't let him play. Because if they let him play, it will show that they were playing plantation politics throughout camp, for one. Two, that he's way better than Dillon Gabriel, okay? For three, I think they're going to try and force the issue with Dillon Gabriel. He's going to stink it up, and they're going to still try and force the issue. That's what I believe. Because they're saying, oh, well, he's still developing. Meanwhile, you got Shadeur. He's ready. He's fresh. He's a killer on the field, literally. And once he throws that first ball downfield and he connects for a touchdown, that's going to be all she wrote. Then it's going to be undeniable. Then the fans are not going to let you sign another quarterback and throw another quarterback in when we already have our franchise quarterback. But the Browns don't want Shadeur Sanders to be the franchise quarterback, do they? No, they don't. No, they don't.
So we could stop all the questions about off the field. You understand what I'm saying? All these questions are about his popularity, his dad. The guy plays quarterback for the Browns.
Right.
How about asking him about Carolina? How about asking him about what kind of defense he feels more comfortable? Like,
he's not treated out there like he's a football player. He's treated like he's some sort of celebrity.
And I don't think it does the young man a service. We should start talking football, man. But because he's playing against the 5s and the 6s and the...
Bro, they got him throwing to equipment managers. This shit is getting disrespectful, bruh. Plantation politics. I told you about these plantation politics that these owners be trying to play, and so does the media. Look at hating ass Tony Grossi talking about this young man, talking about, oh, well, he's killing his chances at QB1 because he had to sit out for the sore arm. Look at Tony Grossi playing plantation politics with Jimmy Haslam. He's like a mouthpiece for Jimmy Haslam. He's just going to say anything and everything against Shadeur so that, so that it can give the front office justification for screwing Shadeur over in this quarterback competition. This wasn't no goddamn quarterback competition. This is a quarterback conspiracy. This ain't no damn quarterback competition. This is a quarterback conspiracy. Conspiracy to commit murder of the Sanders family and their careers. That's what this is. And that's what the organization Cleveland Browns is all about. Jimmy Haslam told you that. The billionaire plantation politicking white man told you that. He told you it was about plantation politics. He told you he didn't want Shadeur Sanders. He told you. He said it straight up to your face. Now watch the mouthpiece, the media mouthpiece for the plantation politicking front office speak on Shadeur and how he's hurting his chances for sitting out because of the hurt arm. How is he hurting his chances when Kenny Pickett been sitting out all camp and his chances ain't hurt? How is he hurting his chances when they sat Dillon Gabriel partially today? And I got to look back over the stat book because I wouldn't even be surprised if Dillon Gabriel had more snaps than Shadeur today because of the plantation politics.
He's got the fewest reps in camp and he's got a sore arm. Why? Well, people say he throws a lot before practice and after practice. Well, how counterproductive is that?
I'm sure there's a method to the madness.
What is it?
He's trying to get his arm right, don't?
No, he's throwing passes before and after because he wants to show the coaching staff, for one, I give a damn about playing. I give a damn about this organization, even though this organization doesn't give a damn about me. I'm showing up 40 minutes before practice to get the work in, to warm up so that I'm 100% when you know the pads get put on and the ball start flying. I'm staying late after practice to get in some work with these receivers so I can get used to the routes that they're running so that we can be crisp and on time for the next practice. He's working with his teammates. He's trying to get as many reps as he can because he's not getting reps during practice. So he wants to, throw on air with these receivers who also are going to be, guys who may or may not, like this guy said, may or may not be here next week. And he's trying to get some chemistry with those guys.
To get his arm right, don't. I'm sure he's probably practiced more now than he has at any point in his
Well, it obviously
career.
was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
Okay, so you're using that as a negative against the kid?
I don't understand.
Jesus, God, would you give him a chance?
Well,
my God, because his
thing.
arm's sore?
Yeah.
What, that's a negative that the kid's got a sore arm?
Yes.
Because he's working too hard? The hell out.
Working against who? Who's he
Get out
working
of
against?
here. You got an agenda with that. You're going to,
Yep.
you know what,
Riz.
Tone? That's going to bite you in the ass.
Boom. You heard what he said? You got an agenda with that. Who is this guy? Who is this distinguished white man, this elderly white man who is on the side of justice? We need more of these in the organization. More of these white men who can actually see or sue me. But really, we just need more black people in the organization because the plantation politics and all this kind of stuff. Look, man, the black coaches are not doing that. We're playing the best players. We're playing the best players, period. I mean, look at Michael Penix Jr. down there with the Atlanta Falcons. You had Kirk Cousins. They gave him a chance. They paid him all this money, damn near $40 million. And then the black coach said, man, I ain't running with this bullshit. I don't give a fuck how much we paid him. We're taking him out and playing the best man. We're taking him out and playing the best man. Right? So, I mean, but, this will do. We got a guy who is calling Tony Grossi out for his hating ass attitude. He's saying, you're going to regret this. You have an agenda with that. What is that agenda? What is that agenda? What might be that agenda?
What, that's a negative that the kid's got a sore arm?
Yes.
Because he's working too hard? The hell out.
Working against who?
Get out of here. You got an agenda with that. You're going to, you know what, Tone? That's going to bite.
Working against who? I mean, the most he's gotten is working against the twos because they're not giving him first team reps. He's talking about Tony Grossi's talking about working against who? Working against who? I mean, he's not getting the chance to work against anybody. He's not even given the chance to work against anybody. They're limiting his reps. They don't want him to succeed. But guess what? God God has another plan. Amen. God has another plan. Because look at this QB tracker. Oh, we've been taking notes and we've been watching film and we've been keeping stats. And women lie, men lie, women lie, men lie, women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. Women lie, men lie. Where is your Gotti? Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. What the hell are you doing over there? My dog is tripping. Oh, it looked like he done. Damn, his ass done caught a roach. I'm gonna have to clean that up afterwards. Anyways, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Hey, chill out. Chill out. Just let it be. Drago. Drago. God damn it. Hold up. I gotta kill this shit. Move. Move. Damn it. Sorry, guys. I got a damn fucking water bug crawling around and my dog is tripping, boy. This nigga done knocked the trash can over and everything. Anyways. It's the plantation politics, but the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. We got Joe Flacco, and I don't want to talk crap about Joe Flacco. He's been a really good sport. He's been really good to Shadeur Sanders, it appears. He's not hating. He's not an old head who's hating and all that kind of stuff. So we got respect for Joe Flacco, but he's not looking the best, right? He's not looking the best. He's looking decent. He's looking okay. He's looking like he can get you 5 or 6 wins, but he's not looking the best, okay? 54 for 92, 58%, 58.7%, 3 touchdowns. We got Kenny Pickett, 67. He ain't even played, so I don't even count his percentage because he ain't even thrown enough balls. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. We got Dylan Gabriel, 62 of 113, 54.9%, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So for every 2 touchdowns, you get 1 interception with Dylan Gabriel. For every 2 touchdowns, you get 1 interception for Dylan Gabriel. Do you like those odds? Oh, hell no. I don't like them. I don't like those odds. I don't like those odds. Shadeur Sanders, 49 of 70, 70% completion rating. 6 touchdowns. And this is the big one. Here's the column that should immediately earn him the spot. Not to mention the 6 touchdowns, but 0 INTs. 0 INTs during all of fall camp. This should have immediately won him the starting position. This should have immediately won him the starting position based off of that. They said, oh shit, 6 touchdowns, 0 INTs, and he hasn't even been throwing to the ones yet. What's it gonna look like when he's throwing to the ones? Holy shit. What's it gonna look like when he's throwing to the ones? And then, we're coming off of that day where Dylan Gabriel went 3 of 14 and 1 interception. And yes, it was an interception. People trying to debate it like it wasn't a pick. People trying to debate it like it wasn't a pick. And Kevin Stefanski talking about, Shadeur looks just as good as all the other rookie quarterbacks. What do you mean all the other rookie quarterbacks? There's only one other rookie quarterback. So what is he talking about? Anyways, Adam Schefter with the big report about Tyler Huntley being signed by the Cleveland Browns. Then we got it confirmed by ESPN. People say, oh, it's clickbait. It's clickbait. No, it's not clickbait. This ain't no damn AI video. I'll tell you that much. This ain't no damn AI video where Shadeur Sanders is playing his ass off today. And the Cleveland Browns, no, this ain't no AI video. This is raw and uncut, reclaim your throne. And we are talking about the throne that needs to be reclaimed. And that is the QB1 position by Shadeur Sanders of the Cleveland Browns. And the fans are going to start, they're going to start speaking up. They're going to start speaking up. The Cleveland Browns are signing quarterback Tyler Snoop Huntley, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter, adding depth with multiple passers nursing injuries. Multiple passers nursing injuries? Really? Really? Multiple passes nursing injuries? So for one, they were trying to tell us that Kenny Pickett's hamstring injury isn't even that serious and he's coming back in a week. And then they're trying to tell us that, oh, well, now Dillon Gabriel is nursing a hamstring injury, but he's still getting his same amount of reps with the ones. And then they try to say, oh, well, Shadeur Sanders had a sore arm, which, Shadeur did confirm that he had a sore arm, but honestly, I think he's just playing ball. I think Kevin Stefanski went up to him and told him, hey, you have a sore arm today. He's like, what, coach? My arm is fine. He said, hey, you have a sore arm today. Take the day off. And he's like, fuck it. I mean, shit, that's what they're telling me. And he has to line up with it because he has to prove to the front office that he's willing to support the plan and be a team player and all this kind of stuff. And he can't really speak on it like that. But honestly, I don't believe Shadeur had a sore arm. I don't believe it at all. Even though he said that he did, I still don't believe it. I believe the front office and Kevin Stefanski told him, hey, you have a sore arm. You're sitting out today so that we can evaluate Dillon Gabriel. I don't think he said the evaluate Dillon Gabriel part, but I believe he said, you have a sore arm. You're going to say you have a sore arm, and that's going to be that. And that's going to be at that. Okay, Cleveland is holding a quarterback competition between 4 players: Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and Shadeur Sanders. Notice how ESPN don't have the clickable Shadeur Sanders button, even though he's the most famous out of all these players. Look, I click on Joe Flacco. You click on Joe Flacco. I guess it's going to Joe Flacco's NFL profile, or it's going to the next. Okay, there you go. It goes to his profile. They don't even have ESPN doesn't even have an NFL profile for Shadeur Sanders. That tells me this is collusion at the highest level. This is a conspiracy at the highest level. Because you can click on all of these quarterbacks' NFL profile: Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Dillon Gabriel. Look, I'm clicking on it. I'm clicking on it. They don't even have a clickable profile, a clickable URL for Shadeur. And they're saying Dillon Gabriel's 5'11". Dillon Gabriel ain't no goddamn 5'11". Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? So anyways, Pickett hasn't practiced fully since injuring a hamstring July 26th, and Gabriel was limited Monday because of hamstring tightness. Sanders was held out of team drills Saturday because of arm soreness, but returned to full participation Monday. The Browns are holding joint practices in Charlotte with the Carolina Panthers on Wednesday ahead of Cleveland's preseason opener Friday. Browns coach Kevin Stefanski said Monday that the team was still working through its plans for joint practices as well as the preseason opener. Yo, Shadeur better get some reps with the ones in this joint practice, which apparently they're not giving the rookies that many. Well, I'll guarantee they'll give Dillon Gabriel reps. But if they give Dillon Gabriel reps and they don't give Shadeur reps against this in this joint practice, then I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on here. If they give Dillon Gabriel reps in this joint practice, I mean, we already know they're trying to prepare him for QB1, which he's not ready for. He will get exposed. He will get exposed. He's not playing with players who are on his team who are liking him, and I genuinely believe. I genuinely believe the coaches might even go to the defense and say, hey, lighten up on Dillon Gabriel today. Let him complete some passes. Even if you can bat it down, let him get the completion so he can see completions. I guarantee it's that high level of conspiracy. Browns coach Kevin Stefanski said Monday that the team was still working through its plans for joint practices as well as the preseason opener. Huntley, 27, spent training camp with the Browns last year and was one of 4 quarterbacks kept on the initial 53-man roster, but he was released days after the roster cut down deadline once a trade failed to materialize. Huntley later signed with the Miami Dolphins and went 2-3 in 5 starts. 2-3 in 5 starts. 2-3 in 5 starts. Is this what you want, Cleveland Browns? Y'all want him to start the season off and go 2-3? Plantation politics. That's all it is. That's all it is. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy, bruh. I mean, I've never seen this level of just straight collusion against one player, you know, besides Kaepernick. But, you know, Kaepernick was on the end of his career with that one. And, you know, that was political, very much political. I mean, that was plantation politics, too, if we want to keep it a buck. I mean, that's the greatest sign of plantation politics. But we got Tony Groceries. Let's start calling him Tony Groceries because he be talking booty. He must be eating groceries. Tony Groceries, right? Yeah, Tony Groceries. He's breaking down the day 10 of training camp. So let's listen up.
With your Cleveland Browns training camp report. Day 10, we are presented by Maloney and Novotny. Well, day 10 was the last day of open practices for the fans. They saw the return of Shadeur Sanders after missing 1 day with a sore arm, and Shadeur treated them to the play of the day. They were in this field goal situation period, and Shadeur faced a 3rd and 17 situation to set up a field goal. 3rd and 17, man, he fired the ball over the middle to Luke Florio, who was pretty well covered. They converted that play and went on to kick a field goal in that play, that period. Overall, here are the quarterback numbers for today. Joe Flacco got more reps than anybody, more attempts, 9 of 12. Dylan Gabriel, prior to practice, we were told he would be limited. He was limited, only took a couple plays in team event, but also was in on 7-7s. Gabriel was 4 of 5. Shadeur Sanders was 7 of 9. And Kenny Pickett was limited also, but he did participate in 7-on-7 for the first time since his hamstring injury and was 4 of 4. We also saw Dustin Hopkins kick live for the first time all summer. Prior to practice, he made 3 of 4 field goals. And then in that situation field goal drill, I said he made a 52-yarder to win that period. Finally, Kevin Stefanski, in regards to the Carolina game on Friday, did say some starters would play. He wouldn't name who. He said, we're going to keep some guys out and some guys in, meaning regulars. So that's it from day 10. The Browns will travel to Charlotte, North Carolina tomorrow and have a joint practice on Wednesday with the Carolina Panthers.
So let's break down that play of the day that he was talking about that Shadeur had. I know he had to eat crow when he had to speak on Shadeur's play of the day after having a abysmal weekend from Dylan Gabriel. Okay, let's talk about this play of the day that Shadeur had. Let's talk about this play of the day that Shadeur had, where he floated that thing over the middle to Floria, and I mean, it was just a beautiful ball. Shadeur, was showing the organization, hey, my arm is fine. They said my arm was hurt. Nah, that was just plantation politics they was playing there. So let's watch how Shadeur Sanders is slinging that bitch. Let's go. Boom. Okay. Got a quick in route. Boom. Floats it over middle through the post. Almost gets him. Almost hits him. Honestly, that was a great ball. Barely missed his fingertips. I mean, you get a one receiver, a Jerry Jeudy. He's running with that in stride. And see, Shadeur is used to throwing the speedsters. He's used to throwing the 4-3, 4-2 guys. I mean, y'all see how good Jimmy Horn Jr. is doing. You get the flats. Boom. The over route. And you see how no disrespect. There are some great white receivers in the NFL. There are some great white receivers in the NFL, but they're only giving Shadeur white receivers to throw to. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. No disrespect to my white receivers. You know, shout out to all the white receivers. We got Edelman. We got Lad McConkey, one of the GOAT white receivers. But I'm telling you, bro, this ain't it. This ain't it, bro. They not giving him no speedsters to throw to. Just got to dump it down to the outlet right there. Now look at this one. Boom. Cross the body. Gets it in there. On a levels concept. Takes a sack there. Wow. Nice play. Got the guy coming back on the inward route. Boom. Now this is the play. This was the play of the day that they were talking about in the situational period, setting up the 40-yard field goal, and it's good. I want to get a bird's eye view of that play. I want to get a bird's eye view of that play because it just shows Shadeur's accuracy and arm strength. Here's that slant that he threw real quick. Here's the slant that he threw real quick. Well, I guess it wasn't a slant. I don't know where he came from, honestly. Let's see where he's coming from. He might be the out receiver. He might be the furthest receiver out. Yeah, so he must have been way out there. He must have been way out there. So let's see. Oh, okay, this is the pass where he found Luke Floria down the middle. This was just a brilliant pass here. Boom. Threads the needle between two defenders. And he keeps doing that. He keeps throwing balls that are confusing the defenders. Shadeur Sanders throws footballs that confuse defenders. They're like, how the fuck and how does he have the balls to throw it at us like this? And then how is he completing it without us even being able to turn our heads? None of the defenders were able to turn their heads to stop Luke Floria. And, you know, I'm not saying anything bad about Luke Floria, but he's 5'9", like 175. He's not a big guy. He's not a big target. And Shadeur just fits it in there nonetheless. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Shadeur just fits it in there. Boom. Just like that. So, I mean, what are we talking about here? This guy is ready. This guy is freaking ready, man. And, you know, we had Shadeur speaking on why he told his dad not to come to training camp. Let's see. They got Shadeur talking about his arm soreness. He's explaining how it happened. Listen up real quick. I believe this is scripted. I believe the coaching staff in the front. I mean, look, maybe I'm wrong, but the way that it's got, the way that they're doing him, it makes me think that they're really trying to jeopardize. So they're really telling him to say this and do this so we don't look bad.
In college. Yeah, in college it was awesome. It was just adjusting to starting and stopping. Honestly, that's all it truly is. You know, sometimes you're going hot.
There you go. There goes Mary Kay Cabot, who was for one, she was high on Shadeur's before the draft. Then when Shadeur fell in the draft, she started talking shit about him, and then she started talking shit about his speeding tickets Meanwhile, I think either she or her daughter or somebody in her family got exposed for, speeding tickets or what. Like, how are you going to get mad at a dude for speeding, bro? Everybody speeds every single day. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Everybody speeds and barely anybody gets caught.
Then you'll wait for a second, and you'll get cold, then get back hot, then get cold, and my arm and body wasn't used to that, so it's just an adjustment within the body, within my arm.
So you think you're back to 100% today?
Yeah.
All right, so he said he was back 100%. They got an interview of him, I think, post-practice. Let me see. When did the Browns sign another QB? Well, they're about to. They're about to. I mean, I'm about to show you right now, Roger. Sources say Cleveland Browns signed 5th QB in Tyler Huntley, and this is coming from ESPN. Adam Schefter reported this, and Adam Schefter, he's on point with pretty much all the news that or the scoops that he ends up getting end up coming true, whether I like his football opinion or not. So we got an interview with Shadeur Sanders and Bernie Kosar. Okay. So he's talking about his first training camp and whatnot. We'll watch this really quickly.
One of the first guys out to practice. You're for sure one of the last guys to leave. Not that I'm stalking you, but it's impressive to watch some of the individual drills that you do to get yourself prepared. So it's quite clear the work ethic's beyond impressive in terms of the internal preparation for it. But then the ability to be aware of the surroundings and just your influence so far in the community, out here at camp, and then watching you sign autographs afterwards. Really hats.
Right, and the Cleveland Browns are definitely using him for money and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and get a jersey. I want to see him somewhere else, honestly. I'd love to see him with the Saints. It looks like the Saints are having QB struggles. And now the Browns are actually confirming that they signed Tyler Huntley. The Browns are confirming they signed Tyler Huntley. So now they got 5 QBs on their roster. I mean, come on.
Off to you in terms of, your commitment to your craft, to your team, and then to the community. What do you attribute to being able to do that?
Just being a normal human. I don't think anything is hard when it comes to that. You feel like it's just something I internally just feel like doing. So at this point in life, I don't think I would fake anything, because there's no need, there's no reason to. So
wow, it's beautiful.
Everything is just genuinely how I am.
Boom. So I mean, you have Shadeur talking about reaching out to the community and just touching the community, touching the kids. Pause, because I mean, these kids want to see him play, man. These fans want to see what Shadeur has. And it'd be different if they gave Shadeur a shot. It would be different if they gave Shadeur a shot. It would be different if they said, "Hey, we're gonna really make this quarterback competition equal. We're gonna really make it so that it's equal." But it's more plantation politics. It's just more of the same plantation politics. And that's the part that the fans are revolting against. Because Dylan Gabriel is not good enough for the NFL. They're trying to force Dylan Gabriel down our throats. We don't want him. Okay? We don't want him. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. And now the Browns are signing another quarterback. Okay? So they're saying with Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel dealing with hamstring injuries and Joe Flacco not likely to play Friday night, Browns needed to bring in a fifth quarterback who is familiar with Kevin Stefanski's system in Tyler Huntley. So they're not going to play Shadeur on Friday for the preseason game. Is that what they're telling me? They're going to bring in Tyler Huntley to run the office for preseason and then trade him or release him after the preseason like they did last year? Dude, come on. Come on. Here's Browns fans from 92.3 speaking about they have no idea what to think with this new signing. They have no idea what to think. Let's listen up.
If you missed it, Browns quarterback news coming down. Tyler Huntley, now a part of the fiasco, part of the roster, a part of the kerfuffle, the circus, whatever you want to put it as. I'm allowing you to name it as you feel at this point, because I truthfully don't know what to think. I don't know what the actual thought process is going in. And like, if you thought, this is the only way it would make sense to me, because I don't see why you would bring in 3 veteran quarterbacks and not, actually give credence to your 2 rookies. Like, if you thought for some reason either Kenny Pickett was going to miss extended time, which he, again, was back on the field today, so I don't feel like that's the case, or that you felt like Kenny Pickett was not cutting it. Those are the 2 scenarios where I'm like, okay, then go get another veteran quarterback, right? If you really feel like you need one more just guy in the room that isn't a rookie to satisfy it, and you are thinking that you're probably going to move on from Kenny Pickett, okay, and you want to go get another veteran, I could see getting Tyler Huntley. Everything that they've said, every word that has come out of their mouth has been the opposite of that. It's been, Kenny looks stellar. We like Kenny. Kenny's competing for the starting job, and he's done everything right up to this point.
Yep. So what is he exposing? He's exposing that this Cleveland Browns organization are full of a bunch of liars. This Cleveland Browns organization is full of a bunch of liars, cappers, El Capitan. That's all they do is cap. We love Kenny Pickett. Goes out and signs another guy to take his spot. Plantation politics. Plantation politics. Repeat it with me. Plantation politics. This is not a quarterback competition. This is a quarterback conspiracy.
So why Tyler Huntley? Again, I know you got to get these guys reps. And if you don't have enough quarterbacks healthy, and that's one thing, I don't think that arm soreness a week in advance would be keeping Shadeur out of playing in the game.
Right.
Maybe you don't want to play Flacco. Maybe that's a concern. I don't see, if it really came down to it, why you couldn't.
So don't play Flacco. Play Shadeur. But they don't want to play Shadeur. Why? Plantation politics.
But sure. You tell me the hamstring's going to cost Dylan and Kenny time, even though they're both out on the field today in limited practice?
Right.
Like, if it was that big of a concern that you thought by coming up by Friday, that with 4 days' time, they weren't going to be able to go, I would be hoping that they're not practicing at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But this organization is full of liars, backstabbers, all that. Okay? I mean, wow, man. This is just ridiculous here. This is just ridiculous here. And we're trying our best to keep you guys updated with this Cleveland Browns quarterback situation. This is a story that I personally, took a interest in. This is a story I personally took an interest in because obviously we are rocking with Shadeur Sanders. But I mean, it's just crazy for them to sign another quarterback again today. And we got tape from Dylan Gabriel as well from today. So we'll play that. 7-on-7. And here's the thing. He's fine in 7-on-7 because he can see over the line. Dylan Gabriel should play flag football. Okay? There's no line. There's nobody he has to see over. So, boom. Oh, my God. His back was completely wide open, and he just threw it behind him. Throwing a screenplay in the flats. Nothing spectacular there. Rolling out. Oh, this was a excuse me, like a reverse play. Throws it. Too hot. This is a 7-on-7 play. So, I mean, you see it there. Nothing really spectacular. Nothing really spectacular from Dillon Gabriel. We got post-practice work from Shadeur throwing to Gaze Larvadane. The Hungry Dogs post-practice session. Shadeur was in for the first half a dozen plays for this Hungry Dog session here. And then post-work practice, Shadeur Sanders throwing to Larvadane. It's just one throw. There you have it, just getting a little extra work. Does this look like a quarterback whose arm is sore? Nice catch by Larvadane there. The one-handed grab. Very impressive. That's the guy from South Carolina. Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much all of the film from camp. Let me see if we can get the Browns QB tracker from today. From day 10. Oh, sorry. I put day 19. Day 10. All right. So, you know, I really don't understand the distribution of reps here. You got Flacco, 9-12. Sanders, 7-9. Gabriel, 4-5. Pickett, 4-4. And obviously, they didn't participate in much of the team Hungry Dogs reps. Shadeur still hasn't gotten first-team reps with the ones yet. So, I mean, it's just looking. It's not looking like they're really trying to put Shadeur in a position to win this quarterback competition. It really doesn't look like that. So I think we'll kind of wrap it up there. We'll wrap it up there. I mean, we already know what type of talent Shadeur Sanders is. We know what he can do on the field. We know what type of kid he is on and off the field. He's a good kid, smart kid. He knows how to read NFL defenses. That's one thing that we've learned through camp. And even Robert Griffin III said Shadeur Sanders is being set up to fail in Cleveland, but God got him showing out even with limited reps. Yep, that's 100% true. Let's see. They're saying Shadeur Sanders makes the fastest pass in training. Oh yeah, this is some BS. Okay, I guess Daryl Reuter he asked the offensive coordinator when results are going to start mattering. Now, this is a big question to Tommy Rees, the Browns offensive coordinator, another, non-melanated offensive coordinator who doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So let's listen up.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're focused on the process, the results start to show themselves, and you feel that in a certain progression as you go through camp, right? First 7 or 8 days, you're in an install mode where you're trying to install offense regardless of what you're really seeing defensively, and defensively you're trying to install your stuff regardless of what you're seeing on offense. And then once you kind of get past that install phase, you start focusing, all right, this is who we believe we can be. This is what fits our team. This is what fits our personnel. And then you start to build off of that. And that's when you want to see the results follow because the process has been laid.
Okay, so that was his answer to when results are going to actually start mattering. Daryl Reuter is he's on this organization's behind, okay? He's on this organization's behind, and he's not holding back. He's already showed his support for Shadeur, and he's shown that Dillon Gabriel is not the guy. Dillon Gabriel's not the guy, and he's speaking up about it. One of the first reporters to speak up about it. We'll remember that, Daryl. We will remember that, and definitely give you your props on that one. But yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing to Shadeur Sanders. They got Kenny Pickett compilation for his day 10 rather. So boom. Low pass to the flats. That was going to get ate up by the defender. Another pass to the flats and got ate up by the defender. Okay. Nice ball there on the out route. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for his work today. So yeah, it's a travesty what the Browns are doing right now. And we ain't gonna have an answer till Friday. Friday will tell us everything we need to know, though. Friday will tell us, hey, are they really going to screw Shadeur? Are they going to allow him to play? Are they going to allow him to get into the preseason game? Because he does definitely deserve it. He has outperformed every quarterback in camp. So they're saying Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel are not expected to play in the preseason opener. This is coming from Mary Kay Cabot an hour ago. Again, Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel are not expected to play in the preseason opener. So is Shadeur going to play? It seems like they're trying to set Shadeur up to be traded. Well, I hope Shadeur plays the whole game, or as much as the game as he can, to show what he's really got. Because in my opinion, he is definitely QB1. So yeah, we got Shadeur with the play of the game, the play of the day again today. Play of the day again today. So I mean, this kid is balling out. The Browns now have 6 quarterbacks, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then this is Garrett Bush speaking on Shadeur, and then we'll close it out. Garrett Bush is keeping it real in front of the haters on his little show. Not his little show, but the show that he appears on. They got some Shadeur haters on that show.
So, but here's the thing. For me, when you look at Dillon Gabriel, the problem is this. And when I went up to camp and I looked at his stuff and you're watching him make throws, he's fine when there is a clean pocket and he has a little distance. He's in shotgun. He could do some things. He really struggles when the pass rush is in his face, when there's pressure up the middle, and when he has to roll out and throw the ball. He tends to miss a lot high. And that has been evident in practice. Now, the other people say, Daryl talked about it. Daryl Ryder, said he was, inconsistent. Zach Jackson said he's been inconsistent the last couple of days. And the last couple of days, it looks like it's been getting a little bit worse. The next day he came back, he was 11-22, I believe. But here's the thing. At some point, when we keep saying that Dillon Gabriel has played better and played in those circumstances, I simply have not seen that. I do not think there is any planet that he has thrown the ball better than Shadeur Sanders in this camp. I just don't see it. Now
all right, I gotta kill this roach real quick. Woo! Smacked his ass. Hold up. Get the toilet tissue. Pick this roach up. All right. Well, that was a good way to end the stream. I appreciate everybody for joining the stream. You already know we are on the Shadeur wave. We're rocking with Shadeur. I don't care how many quarterbacks the Cleveland Browns sign or how much crap Tony Groceries talks about Shadeur. We already know Shadeur is QB1 caliber. The question is, will the Browns give him the opportunity, or will they continue to destroy their franchise and dig their franchise into a deeper hole with its fans? But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Reclaiming Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship request to the email down below, or screenshot of your CashApp so I don't know you're paying your tithes, man. Y'all already be on your marketing with the BS. You already know. Reclaim your throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.